Tuesday. Welcome back to Paper Pages and Possibilities. My name is Christina. Really glad to have you here today, whether you're new or returning. And today we're going to talk about two books that I've read recently. The first one is The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. And the second one is At Home in Mitford by Karon. So I will do these in the order that I read them. The first one was Fifth Season. This was an absolute blast to read. I was completely transported into a brand new world, a world that has a different societal structure compared to what we know of on Earth. The planet is very geologically active, and that is what primarily drives the story. So in Fifth Season, we follow three different women, and they are in various stages in their life, but we follow them as they go through the drastic changes that are starting to come about. On the back of the book, it says, this is the way the world ends for the last time. And that's really what we're learning about, is how the end of the world comes about and how people are reacting to it, coping with it. The three people that we follow, there is a young girl, Demaya, and then there is I want to say like mid to late teenager, Cyanite. And the third woman is Asun, and she's probably in her 40s approximately. So all three of the women are orogenes who have the ability called orogeny, which is not what it might sound like. What it actually is the ability to manipulate thermal, kinetic, and related forms of energy to address seismic events. And that is extremely relevant for this world, which is very geologically active. And all three are integral to the future of this planet. So we follow them, their trials and tribulations, their challenges, because these orogenes are considered like a lower class of people. There's definitely a social commentary on slavery in this book, and the orogenes are considered to be essentially slaves. They are not treated with the same dignity and equality as people who do not have orogeny. And you see this class system and how the people are treated on both sides, how they try to wrestle out of the system, not become part of it. I cannot say enough about this. Like, the whole world building was absolutely fascinating. Like, I loved geology in particular, so this is like really hit home for me. And so it really combined my love of both science and art, kind of putting it all together in one story. We have really good character development for all three women. We see how these women grow as a result of the challenges that they go through and come out stronger in the end. I am extremely interested to read the rest of the series. So this is book one in the series, and I do have the next one high on my wish list, so hopefully I'll be getting that in the near future, maybe early next year, if not sooner, depends on how patient I can be. So that is N.K. Jemisin's The Fifth Season. Next up we have Karon's At Home in Mitford. I wasn't sure what to expect going into this book. It was giving cozy vibes, small town, and that's what I was hoping for. And boy, did I get it. This is like cozy, wrapped up in a neat little package. And cozy in the sense that while there are things happening, they're not portrayed extremely dramatically. It's more of a slice of life, so you're seeing it things develop over time rather than going through the span of maybe a week or two, and that happens in some books. So the pace is very slow. This book actually takes place over the course of, I want to say, about a 2 year span. And we follow primarily Father Tim. He's the main character in this book, and he is the pastor of a congregation in Mitford. And we follow him just through his daily experiences, from talking to his parishioners, doing some good deeds. He will go on a regular visit to people who are sick. Also follow the things that go on in his life personally. So developing love interests, getting a dog, and all the things that come with having a fairly energetic dog. And then also going through some of his health concerns. At the same time, we talk to and get to learn a large variety of the citizens in Mitford that Father Tim interacts with. And we learn their stories, things that are going on in their lives. And it's just like a slice of life, comfy, cozy. Like, the way I like to think of it is as if we took like the town of Mitford and just like flipped up the roof off of every single building and took a peek inside and watched for a couple of minutes at a time. So that's kind of what it is. It's like being a fly on the wall. You're not getting a lot of internal dialogue except from Tim, since it's first person. But you're seeing a lot of dialogue with other people and seeing their reactions, seeing how they act, but not really knowing like the full reasoning behind the way they act. So there's a bit of uncertainty. Just I feel like this was the perfect read for around this time. It's going to be it encompasses a couple of years, but for me it has a fall vibe because it's small town, people who in general get along. I think a good way to summarize this book: food for the soul. I do plan to work on the rest of the series. I don't know how many there are in the series at this point, but I want to say it's up, getting close to double digit, if not there. But I'm going to do this at a relatively slow pace. I'm thinking this might be a one a year type series, and next time being fall of next year. So I feel like this might be a perfect town to just revisit in the fall when I'm having that longing for the cozy vibes. And what I'm hoping is that the rest of the books are basically a window into the lives of the other people that have been introduced here. That's what I'm hoping, is that we're seeing like a continuation in terms of timeline, but from someone else's perspective that maybe we were introduced to in this book. That's my hope. I would be curious, like, if you have read any of the Mitford books, let me know in the comments if it is as I'm hoping it's going to be or not. So at least I have an idea of whether or not to expect that before I get to my next one. And I have picked up the next one, but I will show it in my next video, an upcoming haul video, which is going to be probably later this week. But those are the two books I've read recently. Both of, well, the fifth season I gave a 5 stars. At Home in Mitford I gave a 4 out of 5. But both I thoroughly enjoyed and hope to continue both of the series. I hope you enjoyed my discussion. I tried to make sure that it was spoiler-free. And if you have read or intend to read any of the books, let me know below. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you have read them, or if you are going to put it on your TBR. Please, leave any comments about the books or anything else. I'd love to chat with you. And for now, that is it. But I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.